Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are here to talk Star Wars. Star Wars, animation, live action Star Wars. I don't know. It's a cornucopia.
Give me more.
Cornucopia of, and not only did we have the Bad Batch this week, we had 3 beautiful shorts from the Jedi Academy series about the High Republic.
Really?
It looks so good, guys. I'm so excited about it.
Wait, where was that?
Yoda. It's on the Star Wars Kids YouTube page.
No, that cartoon looks bad. That cartoon looks bad, Mike.
No, Michael.
It's got Yoda. Come on, it's got Yoda.
Okay.
Yoda's in the show. It's canon.
Is he leading the kids?
He is. It's the High Republic era. It's canon.
Okay.
Look, we're going to be covering it on this.
I mean, not bad, but it looks like a kid's cartoon. It doesn't look like
it is.
Anything.
It's their answer to Star Wars Prodigy.
It's their
Star
answer
Trek
to like
Prodigy. Sorry,
it's their answer to like that Spider-Man kids cartoon.
Like the big head.
Yeah,
where it's got like the bigger head. Yeah.
That's not for me.
There has never been anything less marketed toward me than the High Republic. It's maybe Grey's Anatomy.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair, Rhett. That is fair.
Dude, it's going to be awesome.
Look, you don't like Geode?
Well, I would assume that maybe Pebble would be in this series.
Since
it's just kids.
Is Geode ambulatory? Have we determined
He could move around.
How does he move around?
He
Have
sort
you
of
never
shuffles.
seen that episode of SpongeBob where they ride the rocks to deliver the pizza?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I haven't.
That's a cartoon. He's not seen it.
That is.
Yeah, he's a little old for SpongeBob, I
think. It's been a week, so Garrison, you weren't with us last week. Are you back to? Is everything okay? Are you back to normal?
Yeah. I just had to get up really early that Wednesday. We had a security training and like a thing that you do where you I'm losing the words in my brain, but
Not banking at your bank.
I
lost your numbers in your account.
No. I mean, that's written down on a sheet of paper. I get that easy.
That's good.
No, those things that you do, exercises were bonding exercise, that kind of thing.
Trust falls.
And I won it.
Never have I ever.
It was like a competition too, and I won it. And got
Truth or dare?
No, I won it, and I got a
minutes in heaven.
Suck and blow. Do y'all do that?
I know.
Spin the bottle. This is going. Sorry, Garrison. This is going.
Where did
I got a
work?
free lunch that
Holy
day
crap.
because I won a Chick-fil-A gift card. So
wait.
Awesome,
Can I
dude.
guess? Oh, you already said. I was going to guess it was Panera. That's
No.
always like in the banking industry. It's always Panera.
No, Chick-fil-A.
That's always the lunch.
Unless
that
you're
you
in
get.
Georgia, in which case it's Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
we get God's chicken over here. So.
God's chicken. No, we have it here too. That's what I had for dinner tonight, as a matter of fact. Roth, how's it going up there in cold Wyoming?
Good. It's 32. It's not too bad.
Wow, that's practically springtime right there.
It is spring, technically.
They probably got up to 40 today. It was a nice day.
It's warm. It's a warm day.
Our snow melted from yesterday.
Yeah.
What a living hell.
Yeah. Oh, you're telling me.
Dr. Earl, how has your week been?
It's been okay. It's been okay.
Good.
We just, there's ups, there's downs, there's,
It doesn't sound okay.
We're just riding the wave.
Are you about to sing the Facts of Life song?
Wow. That's a callback. The Facts of Life.
Sounds like you were about to start singing or something. I don't know what was about
that
to
Joe,
happen.
man.
There's ups, there's downs.
There were some good times. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Which one of us is Tootie?
Tootie. Wait, Trudy.
No, it's
I
Tootie.
was talking little Dickens there, guys. I was
Tootie
talking
is
some Charles Dickens.
I know. We were doing Dickens.
This was a double lightsaber exciting week. Keller and Beck was there. We got to see double lightsabers working. Oh man.
Dude, I'm with you.
I was just
we'll get there.
So
Calm
ecstatic.
down.
Okay.
We got to do Bad Batch first.
Oh,
we'll
Bad
get
Batch
to
first.
that.
Okay.
We'll get that. Rhett, did you watch Bad Batch like I asked you to?
No, I didn't have it. I didn't have time to. I was.
One of your favorite characters was in this episode.
Yeah, Chuchi came back, right?
Yeah, she was there for just a minute. I figured you'd watch the episode.
I'll go Route 34 on Chuchi.
Look, this episode was awesome. I mean, we had some of our favorite clones back.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore. No, I'm ignoring it. No, I'm totally ignoring
I
it.
have to watch back now.
So, I'm ignoring it completely.
He mentioned an internet
missed it.
rule, but yeah,
yeah, I understand. I'm gonna ignore it. I ignore it.
Oh
No,
no,
I ignore those
you
things.
can't do that. You can't say that.
Gregor and Hauser were in this episode, so that was fun.
Gregor and Hauser.
Yeah, Gregor and Hauser were in this
Gregor.
episode.
Hey,
Who else?
Mom.
Fireball, which I don't
his
remember. I don't remember. Well, yes, he does live with people. So I mean, what do you? So then we've got
Gregor,
Fireball,
Hauser, Fireball, and of course Rex, right?
Echo. Well, was Rex in the episode?
Or was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rex was totally in the episode.
Yeah, he was the chief dude, right?
Oh, they didn't even. That's
Liberate the
weird that they
clones.
don't mention
he?
his. He must not. Did he? No, I
Well,
thought that was. I thought that was
Gregor
Gregor.
and
No, Gregor's the one with the weird voice.
Rex and
oh man, I'm so
Echo
confused.
broke in, and they were the
Yes.
two main ones.
And they had
then
Nimic with them.
Echo was talking to Rex and was like, "I've got. Well, bring
Wait,
these
did you
to
say
my
they had
team."
Nimic? Nimic
Yeah,
was with
there was a
them?
dude named Nimic with them, and it was like, why did
Wait.
we name this guy Nimic?
From Andor.
No,
That
it's a
Nimic.
completely different Nimic. It's a clone named Nimic.
Hmm.
Brett,
But
you
it's
might just
spelled
want to go in the
differently,
chat for this
too.
part. You're gonna be so bored.
Nemec.
Oh, spelled differently. Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Nimic or
Anyways.
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Well, hey, this was an action-packed episode. Though. I
Man,
like.
there was
it truly was
pirate.
the tipping point. I
Yeah.
mean, it was good. I liked it. Roth, any thoughts on the episode overall?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I did not rewatch it, but it was a lot of fun. I think I watched it Wednesday night, so it's not super fresh.
Mhm.
Especially because I watched 4 John Wick movies in between.
Yeah, your mind is like a little
Yeah.
John
You're
Wick
just,
heavy
all you
right
see
now.
are headshots, like in your brain, and guys flipping people. And dogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it
Oh,
was good.
nuts.
Like I was surprised with how much we got and how much stuff they crammed into this episode.
Yeah, they're
It was a
moving stuff
full.
forward.
Yeah,
They know
this
how to
was a
move
legit.
things forward in this show compared to some other. Star
Do
Wars
they
shows.
really? Because we've got like 15 episodes of them not moving stuff.
Well, that's not true. This is.
Yes,
it
it
was
is, though.
getting
Combined,
to this point.
combined season 1 and season 2, probably.
Yeah, that's right.
It was getting to this point. I don't know.
They weren't fighting a space, some kind of creature from
They
the
weren't fighting
A pterodactyl.
yes, and saying, "Oh, but they really have a good heart."
But hey,
Save their babies.
that Hemlock, he's pretty nefarious, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like him.
He's an awesome
a
villain.
lot.
He's
played,
an evil
played by
dude.
Jimmy.
He
Jimmy
needs,
Simpson. Yeah.
He needs to be the villain over season 3. I hope they don't just kill him off in the next couple
Yeah.
episodes because
It depends on what they want to do.
He is the most interesting villain. He actually wants to utilize the clones for the Empire.
Yes.
He doesn't want to just get rid of them. He wants to rework them. And now, obviously, that's going to fail. But I think he's a villain you put over an entire season. And he's
he'd
so
be good.
so creepy, so weird,
Yeah.
but so fascinating.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I hope that they use him more. I mean, if we get a season 3, I think we will. I think that's going to be one of the things that they'll announce at Celebration next week, which is crazy to say that it's next week, but it
There are
is.
5 movies they'll announce that will never happen.
No. You're
5
just
movies.
3.
They're gonna
Just 3.
hire 7 directors next week.
That's their big announcement.
Guys,
More firings.
That Peaky Blinders writer, he's gone. We got to do it.
He's gone.
Peaky Blinders. So
Celebrate this.
No, you don't fire a guy like Stephen Knight. You don't fire
That's
him.
what they said about Academy Award winner Michael Arndt.
They used elements. He's still got his credit. He's still got credit.
Is Stephen
used
Knight
it.
supposed to write something for Star
Michael
Wars?
Arndt.
Yes.
The next film.
The next film.
Oh wow! Stephen Knight did the whole Daredevil series, right? Or the first year.
I think it's a different Stephen Knight.
Ah, okay.
I think there's 2 Stephen Knights out there.
I think season 1 was done by Drew.
Drew Goddard.
Yeah, Drew Goddard.
Okay.
Anyway,
No, but there
We
was
shall
a
see.
there's a Stephen Kane. There's Stephen D. Knight, and then there's 2 Stephen Knights. It's confusing.
oh,
But
okay.
I think there was a Stephen Knight that was involved in Daredevil, though. But I can't.
I could be wrong.
No,
You
I
need
mean,
to
I
look that up.
believe you.
You've got a phone right there.
They had some good writers on that show.
That none of that makes it to production.
Oh, I'm fully with you.
No, they've got to hit that December 2025 date.
they
What are you
don't.
talking about?
No, they don't. They're Disney. They can do whatever they want.
Plan out a film and actually give it time to breathe, and then shoot it, and then edit it, and then put it out.
You don't. You don't
need to rush to a date.
Remove that release date from your thinking.
Yeah.
No, I am not removing it from my thinking.
It's like the 20 Avatar release dates.
They don't have time to do that movie and get it out by December 25.
Yes, they do. That's plenty of time.
They have barely.
They have not done anything. They don't have a story. They don't have pre-production. They don't have anything. They don't have casting. They don't have shooting. They don't have. More slave labor effects work.
What's up, Ted?
They're going to farm it out to the
Hey, Ted.
in China.
Stop! Don't say that type of stuff. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Good grief!
Spot the lie.
All right, well,
like those is it Thailand or Singapore where they do those real rough animated things? They'll take scenes.
No, they did. There was some good Clone Wars animation that came out of that Singapore studio.
No, I'm not talking about them.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about. But they did have a Singapore studio the studio looked like the Jawa thing. It looked like the big sandcrawler. Yeah, they built the studio to look like a sandcrawler.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes.
Daredevil was Stephen S. DeKnight. The last name had DeKnight, like DeKnight. So that's probably different from Stephen.
Goddard did do season 1, right?
He was around there. He was one of the.
Well,
EPs.
Daredevil. I mean, Stephen DeKnight was the executive producer. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I think Goddard was an EP also on it.
Stepped in. I'm not saying he wasn't there, but anyway.
I don't know.
That has nothing to do with.
No, but it does. It's relevant because we're talking about it. Stephen Knight is a guy that did Locke, that movie with Tom Hardy.
Okay, all right.
The car movie
and Peaky, the car movie, and he did Peaky Blinders.
Okay,
so he's got some notoriety to him. He's a good writer.
I can almost promise you, no one watching this has seen Locke.
Yeah, no, I've
seen
Locke. Locke's a great movie.
It's a great Tom Hardy vehicle.
It's got
literally.
It's got Tom Holland in it as a voice, one of his sons.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just Tom. What's his Hardy in a car?
Yep,
talking.
It is the whole time.
Gen Pop does not react to. Whoa, Stephen, who is writing?
Yeah,
nobody has any idea.
There's a lot of Peaky Blinders fans.
Either.
There's a lot of Peaky Blinders fans. I would say Lindelof is a much bigger name than Stephen Knight.
Oh, yeah,
I still, even Gen Pop doesn't care about Lindelof.
No, not really.
In fact, if you were to mention the Lost guys doing a Star Wars film, most people would probably be like, "Whoa,
no!"
Or they'd be like, "Didn't he already do 2?"
JJ, yeah, they think it's the same person.
I don't.
Bad robot.
Most people don't know who directs movies. I mean, that's all. Just
certain guys transcend
unless you're like one of the big five.
They ought to do the MCU. Spielberg. At this point, just do the MCU everyman director who's like, just go in, just farm it out to some hack.
Look,
who did Miss Marvel? Not Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel. Or something like that.
The Mississippi Grind directors, yeah.
Look, but
just
to your point, Rhett, David Yates has made his name on those Harry Potter's movies.
David Yates is a hack.
David Yates.
Wow.
But he directed like 5 of those.
He's done like 8 of them, and I hate it. Go away.
Push him off the pedestal.
To your point, the name of the director doesn't matter, though.
They need a guy like Joe Johnston to like come back and do more Star Wars.
Hey, I'm all for Joe Johnston.
Was great.
Save Star Wars, Joe Johnston.
Johnston's First Avenger is great.
Captain America.
Captain America: First Avenger is great.
And Mighty Joe Young.
Didn't he do Jurassic Park 3?
The Rocketeer.
So.
He did the Rocketeer
one. Yeah, he did Rocketeer.
Yeah.
Rocketeer.
Peak Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Look,
everything
is peak Jennifer Connelly.
Between that and her roller skating around a Target, man, that's good Jennifer Connelly, right?
This is the best Bad Batch discussion we've ever had.
Sorry.
Let's bring it back.
That's not on us. That's on Star Wars. That's for crapping out product that makes us.
No, but this is a good episode of Bad Batch, though. This is
so there was a boarding. There was a pirate boarding.
Boarding?
A boarding where they boarded a ship.
Oh yeah. What did they call those little ships that came off? Those were awesome. Those things that came off the big ship, and they gave them a cool name too, and I couldn't remember what he called them.
I don't remember.
Dang it! I just
but yeah, Rhett would like that part because there was like sort of the space battle.
Looked fantastic.
There was a space.
It's the best animation ever. I mean, it's so good.
I'll look at it right now. What's the name of the episode?
Tipping Point.
Tipping Point.
It's unfair how good the animation is. Like, I don't want to look. I was okay with Mandalorian, but I usually watch Mandalorian.
Are we doing non-spoilers discussion of Bad Batch?
No.
Okay.
I usually watch Mandalorian first, and then I watch Bad Batch. And I was so like, I don't know. I was just like underwhelmed a little bit with the episode. I was happy about the stuff in the middle, underwhelmed with most of that episode. But then you jump into Bad Batch, and it's like, boom, action right from the beginning. It felt like Star Wars. The score feels like Star Wars.
Good.
I mean, the Kiner and his sons know Star Wars, and they can write a score for Star Wars.
Well, let's not oversell it, but yeah,
it's a good score.
No, it is. It is. Good.
Look, after listening to Joseph Shirley,
I'm just saying you're going to oversell it for Rhett because he's going to be like that was just crap.
I'll never know.
It was good space animation.
You'll never watch it.
The bar to be the best scored TV show on right now, Star Wars show on right now, is a low bar. Okay, because Joe Shirley is awful.
He's not great.
It feels like he was given a directive to probably do a certain thing, and maybe it's just not working.
Yeah,
it's just.
I'll save
let's talk. Yeah, we need to talk
finish.
about what's
Guys,
going on with
talk about Bad Batch. Let's talk about.
Sorry, okay. Crosshair, he's fully. He's a face turn. He's a good guy now. Like he's fully. Oh, I think he is.
Well, no, he is. He is.
I think he totally is.
But what's happening to him? I don't think he gets back to the
Bad Batch. The big ball.
No.
The big ball coming in. Just like in episode 4.
Look, I love the Star Wars sounds. The Star Wars. Give me Star Wars sounds in your Star Wars. That's all I want.
Empire alarms.
I want the mouse droid. I want the interrogator droid. I want Gonki. I mean, give me all the Star Wars.
I want all of it.
Yeah. That's all you have to do. It's simple. It's a simple formula. And I don't understand, anyways. I don't understand why some Star Wars can't just figure it out.
I clapped when they made the sound.
I clapped.
I did too. That's just a simple formula.
No, I get it. I like it when they use older sounds in
Ted, because it's dumb. That's why.
I honestly thought it was a mind flayer at first, and then I was like,
no, it was the interrogation.
Yeah, I thought that's what they're.
It was the interrogator ball, or what's it called? The interrogator.
Interrogation droid.
But here's the other thing, Ted. This season was supposed to come out around the time of Andor,
right?
And so it wasn't going to match up with Mando anyway.
Yeah, no, that's
would have been cool if they did that.
Yeah,
but.
Are you enjoying your apple juice, Rhett?
Is that apple juice?
Are you enjoying your apple juice, Rhett?
I am. It is apple juice.
Good. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
This is a family show.
It goes down smooth.
I bet it does.
Most apple juice does.
Yeah, most apple juice does go down smooth. Yeah, you're right. I mean, when you're right, you're right. We had Dr. Scadler back. She was doing her thing.
She was back. She was
the goggles.
looking at him with the glasses.
I think she empathizes a little bit with Crosshair, don't you? I mean, I think she is not all in on the torture aspect of things and the interrogation.
That's why it cuts to her at the end of the episode too, I think. But
yeah, I think
the
so
end of
too.
that scene, right?
Yeah. And he Crosshair doesn't kill her. He has empathy for her too.
Yep, he switches to stun.
He switches to stun.
I thought that was character growth there.
Yeah, because he's been killed because he killed everybody else.
Right? Yeah.
If that was John Wick, she would have had a bullet in her head.
Yeah.
Usually
Wick would have killed her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill them all.
But hey, he switches it back when it's to kill the stormtroopers, though. Man, he has no problem killing those stormtroopers because they are not his brothers. These are the conscripted troopers.
And he's on a planet, so he's on some place.
Tanis,
is that what it is? Okay,
Tanis, I think.
A mountain that's like where they do cloning, right?
Yes, it is. Ted, I wonder also because why do the accent? It's interesting to me. It's an interesting character choice.
But so Django was not a clone, and that accent clearly exists somewhere else.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I think
she's from Star Wars New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wars, New
Well,
Zealand.
And I don't want everyone with a New Zealand accent to be a clone necessarily, but
That's
there you go. That's what
typecasting.
Taika's playing. He's a clone in the new Star Wars films.
Oh no, Taika, go away.
Far away.
We had the voice of Tam Morrison back, right? I mean,
that is not
Tam.
it's a
Tamora
different
Morrison.
show. Different show.
Oh, that was on Mando. I'm sorry.
That was, but
He's
Those
just
on-
so ready to move on.
yeah, you're ready to move on, man.
Well, okay. I guess that's it for Bad Batch.
All right, let's
Yeah,
move on now.
And in fact, yeah, I think
Okay.
she is an Australian actress. I don't think she's from New Zealand. The actress that is
Same thing.
Oh, they would not like you saying that.
That.
They're all Kiwis to me.
No, see, I didn't say she was a
Yikes.
Kiwi. I said she was from New Zealand. New Zealand.
Let's
is
see,
probably the same thing.
Helen Sadler. It does not say where she's from on IMDb.
I'm
Let's
with
see
you.
if-
Was
Yeah,
New
it does.
Zealand a prison colony or two, or is that just Australia?
Australian what? Australia.
Stop
she's
it.
from England.
We
Helen
should tell
Sadler
Aussie
is?
Nate that Jacob
Yeah.
thinks of the same thing.
I'll tell him myself. I'm not scared of him.
Now, Emery Carr, she is from New Zealand. Kisa Cashel Hughes is from New Zealand. I do know that, but I mean, because she was the
She's Majoran, right?
3 names.
She was
You
Moana.
let go with 3 names. That's
no, she was not Moana. She was,
She was
the whale rider.
rider. She was the whale rider.
She wasn't Moana though.
I don't.
like your hyphenated last name. Is that the most pretentious thing you've ever seen?
Well, Red, it fits her last name. Then I can't really say it's pretentious if that's
Pick
her
a last name.
It's her actual last name. So
I agree with
Or
Rhett
that
on a much broader point.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, too.
well, that's her last name. I mean, what do you want?
What if
Well,
Waller's a
I
middle
made
name?
that
We don't
up.
know.
That's
What if Waller's her middle name?
Helen Sadler is from Canterbury, Kent, England.
Yeah, she does a
We
good
missed
New
it. We
Zealand
missed all.
accent.
We missed it
Oh my
totally.
gosh, y'all are
What are we talking about? Look,
you missed,
okay, so
it
the
by,
Bad
you missed
Batch.
it by a hemisphere, by 2 hemispheres.
Hey, the Australians are just English prisoners.
That's true.
The actual Bad Batch is back on the tropical whatever that
Honestly.
island is.
Pabu.
What's
Sun still
Pabu.
never sets on the old British Empire, huh?
Yeah, they're still hanging out on
that?
Pabu because
Colonizer.
that's kind of like where Hunter wants to stay. He doesn't want to ever leave.
He's like, man, let's just live here. What are we doing?
I
Let's
mean,
just,
why not? It's paradise.
tsunamis every now and then. That's okay.
That's Hawaiians deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they still stay. They deal with volcanoes, tsunamis. They deal with all that, and they still
What's the
stay.
last tsunami in Hawaii?
I don't know. It's probably been a minute.
I'd say 5 years ago would be my guess.
Yeah, they've got them
I
every once.
remember one.
Yeah, they've got them every once in a while. I mean,
They have tsunami warnings, but they're not like
I don't
swept
think they've
away.
had one. No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't. I'm not a big tsunami expert, but I feel like I've heard Japan get hit with a lot, but not.
I mean, yeah,
maybe not
well,
Hawaii.
that whole-
Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't have some.
earthquake
And the
that
Philippines.
Okay.
caused all that trouble at Fukushima. That was a
So,
significant.
Fukushima?
Point Red.
No,
Since
it's Fukushima, it's
1960,
not
no
Fukushima.
major destructive tsunami has struck the islands from
Wow, point
distant
for red.
earthquakes.
Okay.
The 64 Alaskan tsunami resulted in relatively minor damage in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
more a Japanese thing, I think, to me. But-
Well, they
it's
got
the way-
volcanoes
It's the way the yeah.
They got the volcanoes. They got look. There's natural
You have
disasters there.
volcanoes.
They got weather. They got some.
They have
They got
weather.
some bad weather
they,
there.
have,
And
they have climate there.
they have climate. Yeah, exactly.
Those are two different things, people.
So
Weather and climate.
right, yeah, climate and weather. So yeah, they're hanging out on Pabu, and they get the message from Crosshair
Leia. Oh no, Crosshair. Yeah.
from Plan 88, whatever Plan 88
Yes.
is.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I didn't.
Not that message. Different.
Yes,
So why does he say Plan 88? I
because
didn't
that's
understand.
clearly
It's like
the
their
message
distress
that
signal of
Crosshair
Oh,
said.
okay.
somebody is going after
That
you guys
even-
for me.
says what the plan is. I think it was in
Yeah.
quotation marks in the subtitles. I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
what
I
it
didn't
was,
watch the subtitles.
But
Okay.
It says what the plan is. Oh,
I didn't. have
no,
the
it
subtitles
just
turned on.
the words he says next are like the something, and that's like in quotation marks next to Plan 88. So
It's something about somebody is like captured somebody
in
and they're
distress,
trying to
captured,
get
yeah.
them as well.
yeah.
Okay.
yes. Thank you, Ted. It is a good movie about.
Also stars Tom Holland
It's got the
and Ewan
and
McGregor.
Obi-Wan Kenobi in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Naomi Watts, right?
Yep.
Mhm. Oh, sorry for the people watching. We're talking about
the movie The Impossible.
Yeah, sorry. Ted brought up
the checked out.
Yeah, I didn't know why we started talking about it, and then I noticed. I was like, okay, because we had talked about that a couple weeks ago. Also,
we
keep bringing up The Impossible.
Well, because we're back on
The Impossible every week.
It's on the. It's because we're on
Pabu. It's Pabu. Yeah.
Also
Pabu.
starring Jan Roland Sundberg. I know you guys were just naming people from the movie. I wanted to name some.
Yeah, we named relevant people, Rob.
Fine. How about Oakley Pendergast?
Oh,
that's a good last name.
Yeah,
it's a great.
I just golfed with him the other week.
Character
so,
name.
yeah.
I'll take that.
Or Sonke Miring.
Okay, now you're just being ridiculous.
Those are just made up.
Now you've just taken it too far.
It's too far.
Exactly.
An umlaut in his first name and last.
Oh,
so you
now,
probably
look,
even...
I'm okay with an umlaut every once in a while,
Umlaut.
but give a hyphenated last name is just too much.
Too much. I can't deal with that.
So, what else happened in this episode? Like, I feel like I should have rewatched this.
What do you mean?
I mean,
well, you guys are experts in your field. Let me tell you that.
What do you mean? What else happened?
Well, okay, we had the rescue.
Yes,
we had the rescue.
What happened?
They rescued
I'll
Hauser.
talk about the Bad Batch. Did you watch it? What happened? Do you remember? I don't remember.
So the cool thing was Rex and his crew.
Yes.
Obviously, we get to see what they've been doing, which is rescuing clones from going to Tanis. So Hauser happened to be on this one, and he's a pretty big deal. He was in the was it last season? I think he was a player. He turned at the end of the very last season. He's one of the, and there was one episode where he turned good. He was a bad guy. He was after the clones. He was on some Imperial planet, and he turned good at the very end. They arrested him.
Yes.
So we thought at that point that he's probably a goner, but he's back, and he's a cool character. He's got the slicked back hair. He looks a little bit
the
different.
blonde guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit different. And then they were back at, and again, this is the second time they've been at the Martez sisters' place, and the Martez sisters don't show up. I was pretty upset by that.
No,
that's right. So they go all the way to Coruscant, and that's right.
That's like where their home base is, I guess. Is they're going down into the lower levels of Coruscant in the Martez sisters
garage.
Look at Rhett just waiting patiently.
The Martez sisters are awesome.
Seen season 7 of Clone Wars.
They're not awesome.
Like you guys, you're just talking about. Well, they went there, then they went over here. Look, some people who did not show up.
I made my feelings known
holy
about
smokes! Like what? What? How did you? What did you think of the episode?
I've said several times.
I've said what I thought.
I've said several times.
I'm a blank slate. I don't even know what it.
I really enjoyed the episode. I'm excited about the.
But why? Why did you enjoy it?
Because I think it's going towards Clone Wars 2. It's going towards a clone revolt. I think we're going to get to some pretty cool stuff. I mean,
I really like the bad guy, and I think he should be the villain for season 3.
Yeah, Hemlock is awesome.
He's the most. I think he's got the most compelling.
Yeah, there was a torture scene with Crosshair.
He's way better than Rampart was. I mean, Rampart was just your typical Imperial guy.
I think he's got the best potential of any villain we've gotten so far in Bad Batch.
That's true.
We did get the second. I guess you can't say the S word on here. So we got the second Imperial person taking their own life.
I don't think you can say that either.
Oh, can you not say that either?
No, you have to
There's like a third
so we
one.
just say suicide.
Say? No, you can't say. You definitely can't say you can't say that. You get demonetized.
But Mikey already said the thing you can't say.
We're never going to get monetized, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Gosh darn it! What is it? What is the other thing that
he committed seppuku? He committed seppuku.
Seppuku.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They got
He bit. That's the second time we've seen Imperial do that this season.
That's right. After they boarded,
he took his electronic cyanide capsule.
That's the old CIA style.
He busted the tooth that
Ted.
Wait, what is?
Oh my gosh!
I don't think we can say that word either, can we?
I don't think so.
Gonna get banned.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't show that.
So that's Captain Pierce. He really didn't want to be around to get interrogated by the clones.
We had a transmission from Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh yeah,
we did.
Don't forget about that. Oh my gosh, I clapped. I jumped up.
Voiced by Stephen Stanton. The fantastic Stephen Stanton. It was good. Look,
very cool.
Wow. This is not.
Red has corrupted Garrison.
I know.
I was wondering what he was doing
corrected
last week. They must
everyone.
have been on like a. They must have been team building with themselves. Like,
No,
Garrison's work.
It definitely is intriguing. You can tell we're headed towards a finale, and I guess this week is the week, right? We get the last one.
Last two.
Yeah.
It's a double feature episode.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
Two
Okay.
episodes.
I can't watch all that.
I think that the potential the potential is there clearly for a season 3. There's no reason they need the content, so there's no reason not to do it.
You guys watching this show? I mean, I know you guys are, but I mean, like
I think a lot of people are watching it.
How's the?
I don't have the numbers.
Reaction?
Yeah, we don't have the numbers, but I don't imagine it's doing that well.
No.
Oh, I think it's doing well enough for
Star
them to
Wars people
warrant
are
a third. Warrant a third season
on an animation level, but yeah, it's not pulling the
Do
numbers.
you think more people watch this or She-Hulk?
She-Hulk,
live action.
action.
Massively more people watch She-Hulk.
Yeah,
well,
I mean that's just because once you go to live action versus animation,
there are people who literally won't watch. And I mean,
Rhett.
Yeah, don't know if you know anybody like that, but there are people who literally not watch it.
Although Rhett does watch Beavis and Butthead.
Find it to be a lesser.
That's animated
Which
series.
starts next month.
Yeah, next month I think.
Season
2 does.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead's an animated series. That's different.
This is an animated. Bad Batch is an.
No, this is
That's
a
not a cartoon.
No.
No, this is Jedi Academy, whatever they're calling it.
That's a cartoon.
That's a cartoon. Yeah,
And cartoonish.
Cartoonish on purpose.
What are we doing here? We're being like the film and movie guys. They're the same thing. Just we don't.
They're all
no separate.
We don't need
Animation is not a genre; it's a medium.
That's right.
Thank you, Guillermo del Toro.
Thank you, Guillermo.
Wow.
Guillermo.
That's the deepest thing ever been said on this program.
That someone
Thank
else
you.
said.
I just copied somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. That's the deepest thing that somebody else said that we repeated on this program.
Now we've done that plenty on here.
I'm really good at
We've
copying.
copied a lot.
That's kind of our go-to.
I mean,
So
you know, what
so
else?
Crosshair, is he going to make it out of this season?
Yes.
Or is he going to join them and sacrifice himself?
Someone
so-
needs to
so
die.
that
I know
they
I
get
say
away.
this every single
know I've already
episode,
mentioned
but a
this
clone
before.
needs to die.
And I
no,
still have
Mikey,
this.
they're all
one
going
of
to
the
live
Bad Batch
in
needs to
Pabu
die.
Paradise together.
But they're about to
It's
go
all gonna be
rescue
happy-
Crosshair.
Happy ever after.
No, they're
Well-
about to go rescue Crosshair.
Yeah, maybe next season Crosshair. There's somebody. I just have a feeling he's going to have a moment where he has to like sacrifice himself. So
I think the one that's certainly expendable is Tech. I mean, he's useless when you've got Echo, who is a much more compelling character.
I actually
he's
think,
not. I said the opposite.
I used to think that they were characters that conflicted with each other, but now that Echo has been gone, I'm actually like, wow, this team actually does miss Echo.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, really? Because I don't think Echo is that compelling to me.
I like him.
I'm not
much
saying
more.
compelling, but I'm
He's
saying
got a
they're
deeper
missing kind of an
history,
element
too.
here now to me.
They're
I actually
missing,
like
like-
Tech more than.
And
Echo.
Tech just sits on the ship. It's like,
No,
okay.
Tech's done a lot this time. You know, he's piloted that. He won that race when they were on that
Sits on the
planet.
ship.
That episode was so bad. Remember that episode, Michael?
Yeah,
You can
so-
compare
It was a
that
great
to
episode.
Mando.
It was okay.
This episode of Mando was way better.
He
than
bonded
Oh,
with
race
he bonded
episode.
with Omega.
Talk
in
about
the-
Mando or what are we?
Now look.
30
So
minutes.
wait.
We've been talking about this show longer than the runtime.
Now,
Well,
Omega
that's
was training to fly, so I'm sure that's going to come in the
There was
finale as
A
well.
lot of Tech.
I mean, so
she's
Yeah.
fall-
And
her
she picks
Tech-
it up by the
gonna-
end.
She's going to be the BA Baracus and have to fly in.
B.A.
and-
Baracus.
No, she's not.
Yes, she
the thing
is.
that makes me
They
think
are
we
the
might be
A-team.
onto something with the whole Echo or with the Tech stuff is they have been building this character up and making him
More sympathetic.
more sympathetic and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
Omega's like understanding him more. And so if this was the only thing that makes me think that none of them
He
are going
may
to die is
sacrifice
that
himself.
there's been a lot of episodes that I'm like, this is a kid's show. There's also been lots of episodes where I'm like, this is not a kid's show.
Yeah,
so I
this,
just don't know.
this episode in particular,
Yeah,
there were
for
some
sure.
things. I know BA doesn't fly. That was
You're thinking of Mad Murdoch, right?
Mad Murdoch. I was just thinking about the
Was that his
getaway
name?
car.
Murdoch,
The
or
getaway
just
car.
Murdoch?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking.
I
the
ain't gonna
getaway
fly on that plane.
That's,
car. Oh, Earl.
no, you can't do that.
Oh, sorry.
Do
sorry.
that, Earl.
That's audio blackface.
Hey, I met
what I was going to say, but I didn't.
Yeah, that didn't really. The good thing is it didn't sound like Mr. T.
I pity the fool.
Yes,
I pity the fool. That's right.
You
Said I know.
You can do that.
And I know.
I pity the fool.
I was just referring to a getaway car, Ted. That's all I was referring to. The concept of a getaway vehicle. I understand what BA does. I get it. I know he's a van driver.
True story. I've met
Omega's
Mr.
going to
T's-
be like Baby Driver.
Ooh,
No.
Sure. Baby
Oh
driver.
yeah, man. She's
Yeah, she's gonna get it. She's gonna
Never
have
seen
to
that
swoop in and rescue. Oh, it's a great
And the
movie.
actress
So
is
good,
going to be
so
accused of sexual assault. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Holy smokes!
Dang!
wow. Where are we going here?
Wow!
I didn't think it that dark.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
Good grief!
This
alleged.
just went dark.
Please.
Shut this whole thing down.
Good grief. Okay, let's move on to Mando.
We're just not getting anywhere with Bad Batch. I should have watched it again.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna have a difficult time talking about Mando.
Then don't. All right,
So,
guys.
Harrison loves Mando.
Rhett. I do want to hear Rhett's theory about Joseph Shirley and this whole score. I want to hear about
Well,
this theory.
I mean, it's not just the score. I mean, from an overall standpoint, it appears that someone is trying to sabotage it and destroy it.
Oh, come on. All right. Hang on.
We got a scoop here.
Hang on. We got a scoop. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I can't talk. I don't. I'll have to wait for you guys to talk about something. Remind me that it happened, so then I can have an opinion on it. Because I don't remember anything about it. It was
some
it was
good.
so inconsequential that it did not register.
No,
with me.
it wasn't
Well, we
inconsequential.
Jimmy Kimmel's nephew is Paz Vizsla's son.
Yes, we did find out that Paz
Yes.
Vizsla has a son. Now,
Do they take the helmet
Oh,
off?
I'm going to say no. They when they procreate, they do not remove the helmet.
I don't
They
think there's
can't.
any procreation.
I think that's his son's son.
Huh?
Yeah,
I think
he
they
was
just-
treated that like a son, son,
No, they
not
just
like
take
a-
kids. They
like
just
a foundling son.
They just
No,
take
yeah.
kids.
they
Still-
they're
they
all
just kidnap
orphans.
kids.
There's no procreate. There's no no. It's just the foundlings are just orphans
As
that they've
Vizsla
rescued.
just got.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and they just claim them. They said this one's mine.
Wait, but there. I don't know. I disagree with that.
No,
Me
I
too.
don't think there's any.
I don't.
no,
Yeah, I
don't
think that's people who say that are trying to cover for nonsensical writing. Like so you take things, you imagine things that happen off camera to justify what you see on
I
camera.
also think it's far more entertaining to imagine a fully
Two
naked
people with
Mandalorian
helmets.
except for their
Get
helmet.
the helmet on.
They're just like going.
Do they
That's a little
pressurize it
thing.
first? Hang on.
Good God.
Oh,
All right. Well,
I don't really think it's.
That's how.
I don't really think it's pertinent. I don't
That's
really
how I
think it
imagine.
matters. I don't-
oh, well, I'm so sad that his internet went out.
No.
all right. So the beginning starts with a training sequence. I'm going to bring us back.
Yes,
Oh
the
my
training
God.
sequence.
Oh my God.
On the
See,
beach.
we're going to go shot by shot. So first, there's a training montage. What
Where
is it?
guys are shooting blasters
Well, it's
at the
character
water.
development. All of this is character development for Grogu, though.
It is-
Yeah.
It's Din Djarin trying to
The little
encourage
green guy.
Grogu and help him to train. These are all good character moments, Rhett.
So the note I have about this training
Keep
stuff, I
alive.
said, so the Mandalorians are just really dumb, continually training where their kids continuously get abducted by dragons and attacked by alligator whales.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like, hey, our cave is right here where we are consistently attacked by alligator whales and flying dragon birds.
I'm going to be honest.
Let's shoot at the water and see what we can piss off.
yeah.
In the history of canon, I've never really found the Mandalorians to be a super smart group
Yeah,
of
I
people.
mean-
No, that's no wonder they're like.
I mean,
don't have
they were
any-
There's
supposedly-
like 45 of them in the whole universe.
They were supposedly so major and massive, and then
Right.
they got crushed
But
really
see,
easily.
that's embarrassing. Like your show is you rely on, you need them to be menacing and capable and all these other things, but they appear
They're
to
not.
be bumbling fools. But they're not. I don't think they mean to make them look like that.
They probably don't. They probably think that they're not.
like
making
if you
They're just
did,
in out.
well, that's a choice, and you can
Oh.
lean in on that.
Yes.
But
you can lean
has-
in on that and have them grow as a people
Yeah.
and eventually
But-
rise up and be a force in the
But
universe.
instead,
again.
I think we're supposed to think, wow, aren't they an impressive group?
I've never gotten that sense.
Well, I mean,
This
all
is an
through, but
inept
this show is so heavily reliant on lore, and all throughout the
They-
lore, the
they feel like a-
Mandalorians are badasses to be feared and respected.
Yeah, but that's what I'm. Yeah, but they were badasses to be feared and respected, but also got crushed down really easily. And again, there's just a lot of historic.
Well, look, the Roman Empire fell too. I mean, it's the same.
I mean,
not in a single night.
Ooh, man.
Well,
but yes, no, I mean, it's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think they need to do a better job of reflecting that this is like a broken people, because to Rhett's point, they do seem very bumbling and not that doesn't seem on purpose.
I disagree.
But even Mando to an extent, the first time we see him in episode 1, it's great. Like he's cool. He goes in, he cuts that dude in half. He absolutely owns that whole room and gets what he's there for. He hasn't had a day like that in a long
the whole first season. He was
he's a dad now. He's got to train his son.
He's worried.
He's
worried about his soundling
and be even more BA.
It's time.
Dad reflexes.
You can't just sit on the beach and look at those rock pebble pod cephalopods.
Oh, those are cool. Yeah,
those were cool.
So
I thought it was cool because the beginning it makes it look like it's it's being force pulled and stuff like that, but it's actually crabs underneath.
I was wanting him to eat one of those because he does like chicken nuggies. I was hoping to see him eat a little bit.
Eats tiny babies.
Yeah, just their eggs.
He only eats the eggs. He only eats the unborn.
The unborn and fetuses. Call them fetuses, please. Which is Italian for unborn.
Embryo. He'll eat those.
Not Italian, Latin. I mean,
Latin,
and frogs. He likes frogs.
He likes frogs. He does like.
He does like the frogs. Yeah, he'll swallow.
And the macaroon. Whatever those are.
Oh yeah, anything candy.
The blue macaroons.
Man, he's so cute, guys.
So we see this training montage, right? And we're supposed to be awed by the adeptness of the Mandalorian group here, shooting at the water.
I don't.
Then the other thing
that we're supposed to be in awe.
This jetpack thing is another nuisance to me because it always looks like they're moving in like 30 frames per second. Like they can't. There's no crispness.
It's a little wonky. Yeah,
it's a little wonky.
I mean,
and
Rhett, look, guys, Rhett's always complained about the jetpack stuff. So that's his complaint. That's a real thing.
It's the jetpack thing. It doesn't look.
Disregard this audience.
His opinion.
It looks fine to me.
I think it looks just like all the other jetpack stuff.
It looks like everything. It looks like Rocketeer to me.
I did like when they were flying across the desert.
Better and more frenetic.
I mean, it looks fine. I don't see any
and it was
problem with the
30
jetpacks.
years ago.
I don't see any problems with the jetpacks.
I really don't.
And directed by Joe Johnston.
Yes. I thought the jetpack thing where they started like conking out as they were chasing the bird and they had to like crash.
It looks cool.
I thought that was an okay scene.
Did you not love the Apocalypse Now homage? Like going
or as I saw people on Twitter saying a Force Awakens homage. I'm like, you morons, there's other movies besides Star Wars.
Idiots. It's an Apocalypse Now homage.
Oh, no, I did like when her ship took off and she took off after it. That was cool. Into the sun. Yeah, that was great.
I kind of like the jetpack running out of fuel stuff. That makes it kind of more realistic, but I also hate it because if this is happening continually, figure something out. None of you guys have ships. How did you get there?
They have. Yes. I'm sure there's a ship somewhere.
Yeah, but they're just too lazy.
I mean, but
I don't. This is why I don't. This is why. This is what I'm saying. I don't think they're supposed to be looking competent right now. They look dumb on purpose.
Well, they're not. They're not the Night's Watch.
This isn't supposed to be dumb.
They're not a group.
Star Wars would have a flashing arrow that points at them and says "dumb." Look, because there's no nuance.
They're not a group being led by competent people. I think that's pretty much.
They're
living in a cave.
No, we're supposed to respect the
She's
armor.
not their leader.
He is competent.
But she's not their leader, though.
Who's their leader?
She is.
No, I don't think they have a real de facto.
He's leading all the.
I think Paz telling who's in and who's out.
He's leading all the initiations of the kids.
I think Paz is mostly.
I think Paz is more
of that
the leader,
group, and he
he's
looks incompetent.
He's like the second in charge.
You guys are misogynists. You can't even accept a woman in a leadership position.
But no, she's just the armorer. She just makes the armor.
But that makes her the leader.
She's not just the armorer. She's like their head priest. Like she's like
the priest of metal.
Spiritual head of the convent, and not Convent.
She's not.
Convert.
It's weird because I
Covert.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is so dumb.
There's so many better words to use.
Convent, coven. I can never remember what it is.
Cabal.
I think I agree, Jacob, because when you're talking about the head of the group, I'm thinking like CEO. She's not a CEO.
No,
but she's not managing them. But a spiritual leader, I think that's right.
Yeah, historian, exactly. Ted's exactly right. I mean, she has the past. She keeps the past alive. Exactly.
Let's say this. I'm gonna think about this. Maybe they're a sect that's not particularly the best warriors. Okay, I'm gonna go with Garrison's point that.
Well, you have to imagine that they're trying to like put this back together. I mean, they've been
none of them are Night's Watch, which is like the
correct.
elite. Well, except for Bo-Katan Kryze. I do wish she was a little bit more like she was in the Clone Wars, where she's. And maybe she'll turn that way. I liked her better in the other season when she had those other two folks with her,
right?
And she was a little more calculating and warlike. But I get this to be going through some kind of spiritual awakening after seeing the Mythosaur.
I think she's trying to unite them underneath her, get as much manpower as she can.
She's depressed. I mean, that's Star Wars was never going to actually do that right either, but that's what she is. She's depressed.
They can't even get depression right.
But I mean, they're not going to lean into that, which would be a dramatic storyline that is relatable to most of the people on the planet. But they're not going to do that in any overt way.
Yeah.
Okay, Ted, I'll take that. She's the witch doctor of the tribe.
Yeah, she's like the historian, the witch doctor. Yeah, she's like the whole 9 yards. I mean,
she's like sort of the spiritual guru.
But
she also seems to have the final say.
The leader.
I don't think she's Chief Chirpa though. She's more like the witch doctor one. What was his name? I can't remember his name. But she's she's not like Chief Chirpa.
The whole stuff with the Darksaber in Book of Boba Fett, which I don't even know if that even is canon anymore. But
it is. It's canon. It's all canon.
Like Paz kind of fought Mando like through her and was like, it seemed like a permission was given to Paz to fight him.
Oh, in that 2-part episode.
Yeah. I see him more like a sergeant of arms.
Who's in and who's out. I mean, she's
low gray. That's right.
Okay. So we spoke. So why are they so incompetent? Why would they? All right. So we're
because a woman's running it.
Oh, stop it!
Oh no!
That's what he was trying to goad Garrison into.
Just kidding.
That's what he's trying to goad Garrison into.
Yeah. There we go.
I just think that they're still trying to get their stuff together. They're not. No. These are all new recruits. I don't think this is the same group that was in the first season.
Yeah, when you basic training, Marine Corps, they just shoot at the water.
But it's not that.
They don't want to shoot at the rocks that'll like cave in their cave.
Okay,
I mean,
but one thing they don't do is look. Okay, so you have to have a place to point your weapon, and you cannot point it anywhere near people. So
yeah, shoot the water.
As someone who was at Paris Island for a little bit,
well,
wait, what?
Well,
on a high school trip, yeah.
Oh,
no, I spent 5 days there where they treat you like a recruit, which is it's awful. It's actually not fun at all.
That
doesn't sound like a good time.
Hey guys, this will be a great summer experience for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Your dad was like trying to ship you off.
The Beavis and Butthead teacher. Hey guys, we're gonna go to Paris Island.
Hey, Beavis and Butthead.
The DI hated me too. Anyway,
really?
Yeah.
So
I have no problem with them shooting at the water. It's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, where else are they going to shoot?
Move on from that.
We all know it's dumb. So then this Dragonberg comes in and steals the kid, right?
Sure.
And they're like, "Don't shoot at
it." That's something they're used to. They're like, "Hey, this happens all the time."
Right, which is dumb. But I thought that part felt very Star Wars, though. The way it was shot, the wipes, the scene transitions, even the camera angles to some extent felt very Star Wars. And I thought that it's like Carl Weathers went back to some, to legacy stuff,
a little bit.
And it really felt like it for a moment, which I appreciated. All right. So then, they run out of gas. What's her name goes and chases it, finds where it is, comes back.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then they're like, all right, well, they leisurely go get their stuff together and go out there. Then they're like, oh, it's getting late. Let's take a nap. Okay. So
let's sit on these rocks and talk a little.
The child was taken away by the bird dragon.
Yes.
Presumably to be eaten.
I mean,
So-
yeah, that's
well,
usually
let's
what
just take
happens.
a
No,
nap.
to
Well,
feed
then-
her children.
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Well, whatever. So then they wake up and they're like, whoo, and they have breakfast or whatever. Now they climb up they just slow. Oh, let's just climb. They
Yeah,
get there.
that's the only issue I had with this episode was that I was like, why is the kid not dead?
Why did
Right.
they? So then they get there and the bird, you don't see the kid with the bird, right? It's
No,
just the bird.
I thought he was dead at that point.
Oh, well, kid's dead, and then it hacks it up like a Saturday Night Live
regurgitation.
sketch, you know, where you
A
chew your
hairball.
food first and
Yeah.
then spit it into somebody else's mouth.
It's
It's called
good.
baby birding food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how they do it. They
So-
regurgitate
Yeah.
it. It's regurgitation.
So how convenient that the very
Just when they're
moment
there.
they reach the pinnacle and get to the nest, the bird shows up and spits it out. If the bird had done that 20 minutes earlier, the
They
kid
would have
is
been.
baby food, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
It's very contrived, and you feel it. You feel it in your bones when you see that crap just line up like a baby's puzzle, like a 10-piece puzzle.
10 pieces.
You're robbing my
Hey, man,
joy right
that's a
now.
lot of pieces.
And those baby birds were ugly as. they were just these
Oh, you know what's
hairless-
cool though is now they're part of the
Hairless chihuahuas.
they're part of the
Now they're
covert now.
foundlings.
They're part of the
I know, they're
covert
gonna
and
they're
they're
gonna ride 'em.
foundlings and they're gonna be able to ride the birds.
Mm.
It's gonna be
I'm ready.
awesome.
I'm
So
ready.
looking
Jake
forward to that.
Johnson's going to come up and it's going to be called Ride the Eagle.
Yeah,
Oh
it's gonna be
man,
awesome.
Jake Johnson. What?
He
So that's,
directed a
what
movie
else
called
is
Ride
there to
the
say?
Eagle.
So then they have a little shootout. Everybody sucks at it. But they manage
Some
to get the
knocked
kid
around.
anyway. Then they run the kid, the baby birds into the ship. That was a terrible looking shot of them walking down the
Oh,
gang.
that was so cute.
No,
I love those little birdies coming out of the ship.
I
feels
love
like
what Rhett
old-
does to Michael because the whole time leading up to Mando, it was I don't have anything to say about Mando. Mando kind of sucked. The feeling, the vibe that we're getting, and then Rhett starts talking. Michael's like, "No,
No, he suddenly likes it. He's just being contrary, and I'm being honest.
That's fair.
So listen, it feels like the drop in quality to me is extreme.
Garrison, you're killing him.
You're
Yeah.
killing Garrison.
He loved this episode.
Either we're faced with a choice here. We have to decide: is it absolute incompetence or is it on purpose?
I'm
one
not
of those
going
two things.
conspiracy theory.
We're
It's
not
it's-
going to follow you guys.
That's a choice.
not-
It's either they're bumbling fools.
It's binary,
they're
guys.
making This show, they're making this show for the people
why
who
would
have,
they?
like
well,
double-digit IQs? Okay,
I mean,
like they,
Mackham's
like
right.
legally idiots, right?
never attribute to
No,
malice.
our
what you
numbers
could
are going
attribute
down
to
right now, Rhett.
Competency
Oh,
or
that's not how
stupidity.
YouTube works, man. Or they're sabotaging it for some reason that they know it's crap.
They're not sabotaging it. That's so stupid.
Oh, then they're idiots. I mean, you said it. There you go. That's it. We have the right for Michael. They're
Michael
not
said it.
That means they're
Michael
idiots.
said that all. I
mean,
mean, but
what?
don't you the scene with Grogu fighting the little kid? I mean,
Oh,
man.
wait. I just found a flaw in Rhett's logic.
Okay.
If them sabotaging it makes them idiots, then them
No.
doing a bad job means they're idiots. That doesn't make sense.
No. I'm saying it's one of the
No,
other.
he's
Either they're
saying that it's
sabotaging it,
very calculated.
they're
If
idiots.
they're
very
if
smart,
they're
very
sabotaging it,
sabotage.
it's very calculated to make the show look so
No, I
bad.
I don't know why they would do. I don't understand the motivation there,
understand
but
the
it
logic
seems.
there,
But it's
but-
all so bad. It seems very purposeful. Like
Maybe-
just throwing it
It's
in.
not all so bad.
maybe it's a Lucasfilm fire sale.
That was a good fight over where they fought with the bird
It's a
to get the kid
fire!
back, and they they got knocked around a little bit. When I'm almost
I
and the
thought
kid
some of the
fell.
stuff worked and some of the stuff didn't. It wasn't a perfect episode by any means.
No, but
And there's been much better stuff in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Season 1 was way
Sure.
better. Season 2 was way better. I mean, look,
I'm
The
not.
bird stuff
They're-
is dumb. All right, let's talk
I
about
think
the flashback.
I think that their problem is they're leaning too much on this Mandalorian lore stuff.
they are. No, that's right.
They are.
That's what they want to
Garrison-
do.
Listen, here-
okay,
so
what,
It
what's
is
wrong?
called
does
The
that?
Mandalorian.
I know, but the Mandalore, get it?
You got to
but
get
listen,
in. You have
the
to.
people. Season
don't
one
have-
did not
well-
do that.
You got to watch all Clone Wars.
Season 1 was a Western. It was that whole lone wolf and cub stuff, and it resonated with people. It resonated with
4 quadrant.
There was a group of people who watched Mandalorian that would not have generally done
That's
that.
True. That's true.
Okay, a lot of like stay-at-home Christian moms for whatever reason really dug it, right? I mean,
it's because the little green guy.
Now they're pretty easy. They're low-hanging fruit, right? But this is
the Facebook moms.
Yeah, right. But that ain't what this show is now. Like it is. It
it's
doesn't
leaning hard
feel
into
like
Star
its
Wars.
own. It doesn't feel like its own show at all. It is a slave. It is a slave to the lore. It is a slave to the Filoni-verse, where it has to set up all this other crap.
It's a Boba Fett. It's a Boba Fett to the Clone Wars.
It's a fire spray.
A fire spray.
We hear you. We hear you, Rat. You're heard.
You froze at the end there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just. The stinger was that it is a It does not have its own identity anymore. It is just a medium through which they try to set up other things, and that bores me. And I don't think people are here for that. People do not want to know, or they don't want to have to understand all this lore to enjoy the show.
I think for the most part, this episode, though, the things they're setting up are for this show. It's all Grogu
they're giving
and
you
Mando
little pieces
stuff.
of lore, right? Yeah, all through.
Look, your complaints are that they're getting too deep into the Mandalorian lore, and that the show is becoming a jump off point for a lot of other things. Because we've got Ahsoka coming up, and we've got Skeleton Crew, and we were supposed to have that one show, but
Rangers of the
New Republic.
Maybe happening, maybe not happening. Who knows? But it was definitely going to star Cara Dune, and it's definitely not.
It definitely was
anymore.
It could have that Asian dude now.
Well, and look, and before now, like you guys have said that too. Like your own discussions are like, oh, that's setting up Thrawn. Pew, 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 pew.
Well, and I'm okay with that.
Well, I think Thrawn is Mando, though. I think that.
I think that's part of
the Mando. Give me all that.
Thrawn is Ahsoka.
Yeah,
but Thrawn. I think Thrawn is the big bad over. He's like the Thanos.
For everything.
He's the. I think
Gideon.
Y'all
believe that now?
I think Gideon actually works for Thrawn. I think Thrawn is trying to get all these warlords to get everything go, and we'll get the First Order. I mean, I think
just
that's
interested to see where they take that. But
it's hard to know.
If I have one thing to complain about personally, I think you need to get into some of the Mandalorian lore. It's the Mandalorian. You've got to start delving into some of that. You set up Bo-Katan.
They may have waited too long for that, though. Is
Maybe,
my problem.
But you need to be also. There needs to be more Gideon or Thrawn in this season than we've gotten so far.
Then we need a big bad. Yeah.
Well, just about to say, we're halfway through the season now.
We are.
Yeah.
What's this season about? Who's the villain?
Yeah. It's about getting the Mandalorians together so far. That's all we know.
Right.
But that's it.
And that'll be a big part of it, I'm sure.
Even like we knew that there was somebody above what's his face. I went to see the baby guy. Like
he was just the client. Yeah, he was.
And it does worry me. I liked this episode in a bottle. I liked all 4 of these episodes in a bottle, but the fact that we're halfway through the season has me a little bit worried that it's going to be a little Bad Batch-esque, where like, okay, kind of sludge through some stuff, and like that was a fun standalone story. This less standalone, so more setup. And then like the last 2 episodes are going to be like probably really good is my guess. But possibly. In the past, it seemed like we had like, if there was an 8-episode season, we'd have 6 episodes be really good and 2 episodes be like, well, whatever he had to get from here to there.
Yeah, one of your episodes will be the gunslinger, right? Right.
And some people complain about
I do think that the intention of the 3rd episode was to plant some seeds for some
set up
things.
the bad guy, and Gideon is clearly a big part of that to me.
Right.
I think Gideon will show up before the end of the season.
That chick is working for Gideon still, and that's why she killed that guy.
Yeah,
but that's my opinion.
Yeah, but he's not dead. He's just mind wiped.
Or whatever.
I think he's dead.
We won't see
you think
him
he's
again.
dead?
She
he's
cranked that
effectively-
I
machine
think she
up.
crushed his brain.
He's not dead. I don't think they killed
She
him.
may
But I
be
think he's
brain dead.
effectively written out of the show. Like he's
Right.
I think he's brain dead.
Brain dead. Yeah, he's
Well,
probably
they
brain
sucked
dead.
all his knowledge out of his brain.
He's
right?
properly flayed.
No, they just
He mind flayed, baby.
He's a veggie, but
Yeah. Baked potato.
I didn't mind the episodic approach. I mean, I don't mind standalone bottle episodes, but that's not quite what these are. You have bottle moments. You had that nonsense with Pershing is in a bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is all very lore heavy. It's all Mandalore history and mythosaur.
But last season was kind of lore heavy too. I mean, we got into Ahsoka, and then we started talking about Grogu and all that stuff, and I guess it wasn't as lore heavy, but there was a lot of stuff that was reintroduced to the audience with Ahsoka and Boba.
But more effectively. I mean,
I agree.
The sad truth of it is that they undid the Grogu thing too quickly. Maybe
right?
Yeah, I think that should have happened in this season.
That may have been something from above that said, "Look, you got to get the Grogu back in the show. You can't.
We got the little green baby back. We got
that should have been the journey of this season, I think. Personally,
maybe they should have stretched it out.
They undid the emotional impact of it very quickly, off camera. Really, I mean, if you think about Mandalorian, right? It happened somewhere else, even
even in a different series.
And that needed room to breathe. You needed to experience a consequence of it. And you didn't. You got no consequence from it.
And even if you want to keep Grogu in the show Grogu doing stuff with Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's probably expensive.
I guess that's a little pricey to do, right? Yeah, that's
pretty expensive.
Show Luke from behind.
But
exactly.
Figure it out. I mean, you're the creative, right? Figure it out. If you can't do something, find something you can do that's good.
Well, I do find the turnaround. I don't know, in the middle of the Bad Batch, you are a Mandalorian no more, and then he shows up and he's like, "Well, what do I have to do? Well, just go to the waters." Okay. Oh, she's like, "You are now a Mandalorian," and I'm like, "Well, that was super easy. Like it was just like there was not much consequence.
The other very little challenge, right? I mean, Bo-Katan had to save him a couple of times, I guess, twice, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it was all very quick. Like it's a little bit like Rise of Skywalker when the big events, the big emotional moments have no time to breathe before they just get undone.
Yeah, well, in the Rise of Skywalker, it's a filmmaker making two films in one.
Let's talk about this for just a second because I think there's something to this. Because I think you had Filoni wanting to do this Mando thing like hardcore. Like he wanted Mando. He wanted Mando lore. Then you had Favreau, who probably invented the Grogu character from the other side of things, coming in, and they had to know it was going to be a huge hit. Like that character. You can't create a little baby Yoda and it not be a huge hit.
Yeah.
And maybe there was some conflicts there, and to move the narrative forward, they wanted to focus on this Mandalorian stuff, but marketing or somebody up high said, no, you got to throw Grogu back in.
I don't think marketing gets to call the shots.
I don't think marketing.
Probably more Kathleen.
Forget marketing.
I'm just saying somebody it's a marketing. Whether the CMO called the shots or not, it is a marketing decision.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Imposed upon the writers to undo that. But then
that's more Bergman or
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Chapek maybe.
So you're right, Gareth, when you said that. Yeah, this whole season should have been that journey.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a reset. It was a reset that happened off camera, and we're right back where we were with and it doesn't feel right.
It was my pitch at the end of season 2. It was my pitch for what season 3 should have been, because I knew they were going to get back together anyway.
Yeah, you had to.
Mm-hmm. But you would start off the season without him. And then through the journey, he would reunite towards the end.
Right. But instead, it was an episode and a half without him.
Yeah.
Well, and look, to that point, they are resolving some things very quickly this season that I was not expecting them to resolve so quickly. Like Mando becoming, back into the covert that quickly. I didn't think that was going to happen in one episode.
But even that, like the stakes on that are so low
Well,
as a viewer, you're like, so
to certain viewers,
he's
it
back
is.
in it.
I
So
think they've
what?
done a bad job of conveying time passing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
It might have been a decade. We don't know.
No, it wasn't
Just
a
2 years.
decade. It was 2
It was
years.
2 years, right?
Look, so the Mandalorian stuff, there is a part of fandom that is very into it, like very, very into it. And so that's probably, this whole thing's probably working for them. Yeah, I know. It's probably a pretty small group of people. I mean,
I know what Red's saying.
I mean, I don't know, but
Tiny little people.
He's saying digits. He's like,
TLPs.
Oh, no, not TLPs. I'm not talking about the TLPs.
no, not TLPs.
Because the Clone Wars,
IQ.
the Clone Wars, and even Rebels, there was a lot of Mandalorian stuff that was happening in those series as well. And so you do have, like, I mean, this is
There's
a
a
part of the
precedent.
Star Wars, and Filoni loves it. I mean, there's a part of the Star Wars fandom that really is into the Mandalorian stuff. I don't think they're executing it well, though. I mean, they're making
that's
some.
I think
weird,
they could be doing a better job.
They're doing some weird stuff with it.
The things that you can do in a cartoon are different than the things you can do in live action. It's a very different audience.
That's fair.
Okay.
How
have we not talked about the flashback at all?
let's talk about
we're getting there. We're trying to no. We're getting there.
Flashback.
We're just talking about all the Grogu stuff first, and then we'll talk about the flashback.
The Grogu stuff.
We're talking
about all the
stuff.
Mando stuff first. Then we'll talk
I was
about
going to say that is the Grogu stuff.
I meant Mando stuff. I mean, we're getting there. I mean, that you could almost like take that out and have it be its own like 5-minute short or something. I don't know. I mean, it felt like a weird part of the episode. Grogu was having flashbacks because of the noise.
It's consistent with the other
Mando had that
Mandalorian
too. Yeah.
flashback storytelling.
I thought it was a clever.
The smithing of the whatchamacallit metal stuff.
Smithing, yeah.
What's the metal? Beskar. The smithing of the Beskar invokes something to make you think about your past.
That's true. That's true. That's
part of the spiritual journey to see.
It's part of It's part of Low Gray doing his thing.
She does kind of say it too. It's cheesy, but she's like, we're all this ore and
we're all
molded.
Yeah, there's really not much to say more about the Mando stuff. So let's dive into this cutaway scene from the prequel era. Pretty cool, right? I mean,
Darth Jar Jar confirmed.
Darth Jar Jar. No.
I had fun. I had fun.
I liked it.
I like that.
That's part of the episode.
I thought that was a really cool part of the episode.
I loved it when the doors opened and it was
Keller and Beck.
Glad.
Yeah, well, but it was
coming off the ledge now.
Keller and Beck was there. I mean, he did fine. I mean, I was like, who's this guy? I didn't even know who it was until.
Wait, are you telling me you didn't watch the Jedi Temple series on Star Wars YouTube?
Well, okay,
That
but you don't know Ahmad Best.
No.
A lot of people didn't.
No, I didn't at first. And then it dawned on me who
a lot
it
of people don't just recognize.
Well, a lot of people, but we're not a lot of people here.
I did not recognize it first. I will
General population that's watching this show does not give a rip who that is.
But I did.
But that's not who it's for. That's fine.
And
that's fine.
And it still works for those people.
It works for those people.
And there's people that don't know who that know who he is and are super happy about it. But if they made it somebody that you did know who they were, if it was Kit Fisto was a bad example because he got already. But if it's one of those guys that you know from the prequel movies, then people are going to complain it's too small of a universe.
And also,
people always
wouldn't
complain it's too
recognize
small
half
of a universe.
those other
going back
Jedi.
Wasn't the original plan to have Mace Windu or something? But I guess that
that was the fan theory.
That was a stupid fan theory.
They just say that because it's a bald black guy.
No.
They're like, oh, they must have intended
we had
the only black guy in Star Wars.
We had absolutely no hints as to who it was, did we? Because
I never know.
But the popular fan theory was Mace Windu, which I was like, please God, leave him dead.
That's right. He's been killed up in the top of the
he's already dead. He's already
dead. It was fine. It didn't take me out of it. And if you know who that is, that's great. But that was for really deeply embedded Star Wars. That's for Star Wars Twitter, right? And not because otherwise you don't. It's fine, and it's good. It's a new character. That's fine. I'm glad they didn't go mine the legacy trough, to pull somebody that you recognized.
Some pretty good action
from some background scene.
I know.
Although I think he was in
He is in Attack of the Clones.
I now start to think though that Kelleran probably did Kelleran probably did start to meet a bad fate because Grogu ends up with kind of
Jedi Temple, the Jedi Temple series, which is canon. He's old in that, so he lives.
Mikey,
like
there's a lot
show?
of
the game show's
he's younger
canon.
looking there.
No, he's old.
He's the same age as that's the same age.
No, he's older.
Look at the pictures of him. He looks younger than he does now.
That game show's not canon.
What do you mean the game show's not canon?
I was going to say, the funniest thing I saw on Facebook
all canon
was from the game show. They put the pictures of the little kid contestants, and they said, if this is canon, and Kelleran Beck was like around during Order 66, that means all of these kids are dead.
That's the sad trip, but that should happen more often.
Killing game show contestants?
No, the Jedi should die. They died in Order.
All of them died. All of them died.
No, there's a lot left.
Stop making up all these new ones that survived.
There's a lot left.
There were 10,000 Jedi.
There's a lot left. It's
but
fine.
he's not going to survive forever. I mean, he's
going to go. They're going to go to Naboo, obviously, because that's Jar Jar's ship.
You know what my hope is?
And
was that Jar Jar's
ship?
Well, it's the senator's ship.
It's a similar.
I would not call that Jar Jar ship.
He's the only one that's.
It's a
He's not a senator. He's a delegate. Hello, delegates.
Hello. Yeah, Dello fellas.
That's senator.
He's a senator. He's Senator Jar Jar Binks.
He's on maternity leave. He was standing in as a senator.
He was interim senator.
Yeah, acting senator.
But she's dead now.
But
so
he made a big
senator.
They had a special election, and he did not win.
She's not dead yet. Not when this is happening.
Oh, she's off planet.
She's on her way to Mustafar.
That's Jar Jar's ship.
We need a timeline.
Would you like to hear my theory for Grogu?
Of whose ship it is?
When Grogu speaks, he's going to speak exactly like Jar Jar Binks.
No.
Yes.
He was raised by the Gungans.
Would love it.
He just says
he was
Misa.
raised by Gungans.
I mean, that'd be fantastic.
Ooh, maybe that's why he likes to eat frogs.
Yes, I'm
by
telling you,
man,
he's
I didn't think
Gungan.
about that.
He was raised by the Gungans.
Big boomer fish.
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't have him. His first words in the show was going to be, "There's always a bigger fish."
At some point, he's going to go.
Yes. You know what? I'm on board. Let's do it.
He's alive.
I mean, he's obviously going to Naboo.
And Ahmed Best can voice him.
Yes.
You know what? Phantom Menace is great.
Or Phil Lamar. Phil Lamar will voice him because Ahmed Best was not part of the Clone Wars.
Is Phil Lamar the voice of?
In some of the Clone Wars episodes, it's Phil
hated that voice.
What was he credited as? He wasn't credited as Phil Lamar.
No, he was credited as some other fake name. But I can't,
God, it was hilarious.
I did not like his
name,
fill-in
but
voice.
I can't remember. No,
if we get a scene with Kelleran Beck talking to Jar Jar Binks, that would be awesome.
Think about that moment. The stars will align. You'll have
stand up
Ahmed
and
Best
cheer. I'll be
talking. I'll look. I will clap.
All that
I will.
blue-haired Twitter, Star Wars Twitter will love that.
Stop it. I'll be
Please
crying.
These are our fans of this podcast.
Especially if they
absolutely
hug.
not.
Especially if they hug.
Some of the things that Rhett has said,
No,
I've never said
we're
anything
done.
bad. But
What about this guy? It's not all me. You say crazy things all the time.
If Kelleran Beck and Jar Jar hug, that'll be a very symbolic moment.
We need the healing. We need the
It
healing.
is some nice redemption for Ahmed Best. He was the
It
most
is.
hated
I'm
person
telling you.
like ever, and now
I
he
don't know,
saves one of the most beloved.
I had no idea anybody hated
I'm sorry.
Ahmed
okay,
Best.
wait.
Well, the character he played. Now
No,
he gets to play a
they did hate
character
Jar
that
Jar
saves
Binks,
one of the
yeah.
most loved characters.
Yeah,
I like that. It's
Yeah,
nice.
sure.
Think about
I think a lot of
It
people
makes
got
my
hate,
heart full.
but
It does, man. Look, I like it. I do want that hug.
We
moment.
want your heart full there.
I want that hug moment, and I want
So when do we bring Jake
fireworks to
Lloyd
go
back
off
into
in
the
the back.
Mandalorian?
Oh man, Jake
Yeah,
Lloyd.
man.
Everybody
Jake.
gets their turn at redemption.
Yeah.
He could be Jocasta News IT person.
I don't remember anybody. I don't remember this backlash against Ahmed Best.
Oh, it was there.
I
don't either.
It was
I was a
definitely
baby.
there.
Why didn't he just
It
go
was
Harrison, you were like 4.
Like he
Yeah, I
did
was a baby.
Stall. right? Why didn't he just go back to
But
Star?
listen to me, you were on the boards at that time. There was definitely hate for him.
Nobody hated Ahmed Best.
They
Everybody
hated Jar Jar
Binks,
Binks.
but nobody.
Let me tell you, I didn't see any reference to Jar Jar Binks when I looked through Red Sport history.
BJ Hughes. Hughes.
Yeah, BJ Hughes, but
that's
was Phil
the fake
Lamar.
name they went with.
Yeah, but it was Phil Lamar.
That's a terrible fake name.
It was a weird thing. Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't.
He was probably like, "Man, this is awful. Don't put my name on it."
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know what the deal was. Well, he probably felt bad for Ahmed Best at the time, and that they didn't give him the job, and so he was like, "Can we do this
eventually?"
I thought he was first.
He may
have come back.
The first episode in season 1,
it was Ahmed.
Yeah.
And then they did BJ, and then Ahmed Best came back for later, I think.
Yeah, I think he did.
The final arc.
Where
the last episodes, I think he was at.
Where Jar Jar fell in love with that senator or whatever from that one planet. They kissed.
Yeah.
Cute
Good
moment.
Lord.
And now they're going to raise their adopted son, Grogu.
But that's that's Filoni cartoon stuff. Like Filoni he's a cartoon guy.
No, but he can be a live action guy too.
Animated series, sir.
Like this,
it's a medium, not a genre.
We're all talking
it's
about
a medium, not a genre.
That's the big deal, right? Everybody loves Filoni. That's what Filoni ought to run Star Wars. No, he shouldn't.
I think he should. No. I think he's doing fine. I think it's going to be okay.
I do too. I'm not down on this show. I may have agreed with Rhett about Mandalorian.
This particular
episode.
This particular episode had some weak parts in it.
For sure.
But
I think this season's a step down. But also,
for sure.
Season 2 was an absolute peak for me. So it was always going to be a step down. It's a step down lower than I thought it was going to be. But I'm giving them time.
I respect that. Look, I'm frustrated. I come in real hot, but I appreciate you acknowledging that. Like there is something off about the season.
Yeah,
and I'm hyper. It's
a little uneven,
right?
And I'm not trying to compare it all, but it is like really difficult to go from Andor to this.
It really is not.
From a quality, okay. Even if you didn't like the show, you have to admit that the quality of the show.
Try this one, Michael.
Even if you didn't like the storytelling or whatever, the quality of the show.
Different.
I think the quality's the same.
No, it's not.
I do too.
It's a stark difference in just the way it looks, the detail, and some.
They look about the same to me.
I'm saying that's okay. You can recognize them as different entities. They're targeting different things. They're telling different stories. It's a different team. They're
prestige television versus blockbuster TV show, kind of.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so I don't mind that.
An attempt at blockbuster.
But what I hope is that we get more like Andor and less like Mandalorian.
I don't want Mandalorian to become more like Andor, though.
Yeah.
You don't
from a storytelling aspect, or from just the quality
of. I think Mandalorian should stay a very serial
quadrant.
So you're talking about like you want it to remain like more like a
Andor's more
pop.
It's more philosophical, more.
Andor's more serialized than Mandalorian.
Yeah,
really. I mean, but it's like the story structure is very specific in Andor. And to me, it was as close to prestige TV as you're going to get probably with Star Wars.
It wasn't Lucasian, though.
I don't want Mandalorian to become that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Mikey, though. Mando should stay Lucasian.
Yeah,
yes.
Andor was not Lucasian at all. It was Gilroy through and through.
And that's fine.
That's I mean, and he is not coming from a Star Wars background and will in fact tell you he doesn't give a rip about Star Wars.
Not a nice guy.
Gilroy? No, Gilroy doesn't care. No, he just wants to make good TV, and that's good, and that's fair, and he did that with Andor. But Mandalorian has always felt more Lucasian because you have Filoni, who
initially, but I would say that it was, but now it is Filonified. And that is not
okay. It is. Look, it is getting that way. You're right, because the Filoni, he has this tendency to lean too far into something that he thinks is cool. Like he thinks the whole Mandalorian thing and the lore and all that's very cool.
The Mythosaur, all
that ain't much hard to market.
You have to balance. you have to balance that a little bit.
Kids will be having a big giant.
And the first 2 seasons, he was able
Christmas.
to balance that.
Kids don't do that anymore either. See, that's the thing. The Mandalorian to me feels.
Give me my iPad.
It still feels very much a merchandising bent, right?
Merchandising.
But it's
merchandising.
But that is not how the world works anymore. Like kids don't play with toys. Kids don't watch TV shows.
No, they don't. I try, and they don't like to watch.
Coco Melon.
It's too long. It's too boring.
YouTube only.
Just it's just YouTube Short. I mean, my 8-year-old's like, "Have you ever heard of YouTube Shorts?" Or she's 7. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what they are." And that's all she does, right?
Yeah, that's all.
They don't have the attention span for this. They don't want the long form storytelling. They're not playing with the toys. They're not, adults are the ones buying all the toys,
which is why they're so expensive now too. Good Lord.
Right. So, so it's a weird, it feels like it's aimed at an audience that it will never have. And to do that, it lost the audience that it had.
The flame flow. Yes.
Man,
I think there's plenty of room in the Star Wars universe to do what they wanted to do when they first bought it, and that first kind of press conference and the first stuff they were putting out. We were going to do a whole bunch of different genres in the Star Wars universe. We're going to do a comedy with Solo. We're going to do a war movie, a gritty war
comedy with Lando too.
Yeah,
and
they were trying.
They got very scared off because Solo's box office numbers were garbage. I think partially due to Last Jedi being garbage.
Well, look, a lot of it, and Rise of Skywalker.
They had look, Solo is a self-fulfilling prophecy. They got scared, and they backed off on marketing too.
Yes.
And so because of that, when you don't market something, and it's also maybe not that great, and also people don't really care about it.
It was hard to market it because you have to, in the marketing, you have to establish that this is Han Solo, not the Han Solo that you recognize.
Yeah.
It ain't that same guy. It's way back. He looks different. It's a new character, not the one that is beloved.
Yeah.
And that was a tall order.
If you don't market something well, it will fail.
It's also a really tall order when you tell your directors, go make me a comedy about Han Solo, and they do. And then they're like, what is this absolute garbage? Why would you do that? I'm like, well, you told me that. That's the same thing they did with Gareth Edwards.
I so desperately
So we blame
want
Kathleen
Lord
Kennedy.
Miller's stuff.
Yes.
Kathleen Kennedy. This is
I don't know who to blame.
And so if they can be like, okay, Andor got this really good critical reception, people may be open, and maybe Andor 2-3 years from now gets a big groundswell of people going back and watching it, and because that certainly can happen.
Sure.
And then we can get some more different things in the Star Wars universe.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
not knowing who to blame. Let me tell you who you can. One thing to blame is the marketplace, because it's very different. Star Wars carries a legacy, and it carries baggage. It carries substantial baggage, and it is very easily dismissed. Oh, I haven't seen. Because now you've got not baby, but what are we, Gen X? Some of us are Gen X.
Some of us are Gen
I'm
X.
Gen Z.
Some are Gen Z. Some's millennial.
I know there are exceptions, but you don't plan around the exception.
I'm kidding.
He's the greatest generation.
I'm Gen X.
If somebody says, "Well, I haven't seen Star Wars," then you just dismiss the entirety of it. You don't get that person back doing what you're doing now.
Right.
And, it's a very different. You don't have the toys marketing the movies. There was a give and take between the all the licensing and things like that. That ginned up interest in Star Wars because you saw it everywhere. That's not the world we live in anymore either. And so it's a tall. It requires a different approach, and they're not doing that.
They're not meeting the challenge.
All they had to do was put Jenna Ortega in their show, and it would have been just fine.
Ooh, as the acolyte, I'm in.
I'd watch
Jenna Ortega as
Baby
Yoda's voice.
That's how you get millennials and Gen Z. You just put Jenna Ortega. Do you see how excited they got when I said Jenna Ortega's name? Both Roth and Garrison got so excited when I said her name.
I barely know who that is.
I got excited. I think I'm not allowed to, but.
I'm the rope in gym class.
She's the Wednesday one, right?
She's the Wednesday. Yeah,
she's
really good.
I have not seen.
She's
Scream.
also she's Tara in Scream. What are we doing here?
I have not seen Scream. I only know her from X. X is the only thing I know her from.
She's pretty delightful on SNL. She had
she was really good. She had some good skits.
Even those baby boomers watched SNL.
She's a mini Aubrey Plaza.
Still watch SNL.
Us old guys like that show.
Yeah, right.
They stay up for Carson.
Exactly as old as I am.
They stay up for Carson and they watch SNL still.
Ted said I stormed the beaches of Normandy. Yes, that's
right. Yeah.
I look forward every night to them playing the anthem as the station goes off the
air. Hey, we play the anthem every day at 7 a.m.
Awesome. That's a good radio station.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It was 5:30 when I was in radio. We came on the air. We went off the air at 10.
There's no off air anymore, buddy.
Yeah, not at all.
It's
it was nothing automated either. I was.
Well, that's true. There wasn't anything on.
Hitting play on CD players.
Yeah. All right, look, we gotta wrap it. We went way longer than I thought.
We don't have anything to say.
We're good. We're good at this point. So we're back next week for sure for more Bad Batch, the season
Thursday.
finale.
Woo!
We're not doing anything on Thursday.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods this Thursday.
I thought we were doing John Wick Roundtable this Thursday.
No, we're not. I never said that.
What?
I never said that.
You said.
Oh, you guys are punking. You guys are punking.
I have messages.
All four
what are
of you
doing?
I never messaged you about John Wick.
Hey,
4.
do you want to not do Shazam and do John Wick Roundtable?
Yeah. Oh, we're not doing that. Sorry.
Well, now we're going to see
Michael bought tickets.
Yeah, I'm going to see a movie. I'm going to see Dungeons and Dragons. Well,
sorry, guys. We don't need to do this.
I didn't put that on the master schedule. We're not doing John Wick season 4 or chapter 4. No, we're not.
Even though it's the best thing to happen since Top Gun Maverick.
Sorry.
I liked Creed 3 more, but
yeah, see, he's not even interested in talking about it. Did I really message you that?
Hey, speaking of being
how long ago was that? Was that 2 weeks ago though? That was probably like 2 weeks ago.
I can't believe it. What do you think they're doing in the old Marvel writing room right now?
Do
you think that old Kevin robot?
Well, they'll just create a new King variant. Say, well, that other King variant was killed in the last movie.
Yeah, I mean, it stands to reason.
Now it's Ezra Miller.
In the infinite multiverse, that one of those guys would be a real douche.
I honestly don't even remember saying that, Garrison. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down. Did I message you the same thing, Roth?
No, I was never.
Okay, good.
I was
so
never
it's
told
just
that.
Garrison that I may have mentioned in a drunken stupor that
Because
we were going to do.
You had said that 2 weeks ago that we're not doing the Shazam thing because you wanted to go watch John Wick.
Yeah, that I wanted to go watch John Wick. Yeah, I don't remember saying because we're going to do a round table. I don't recall saying that. And I apologize if I let you on to say that, Garrison. But I want to go see D&D, so I'm going to see D&D. Hero Among Gods.
Garrison is furiously searching.
He is.
Honor Among Thieves, I think is the.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find the message just to see if I read it wrong. But it's cool. I mean, I can do an outro too.
I honestly don't.
He's a Michelle Rodriguez completist, so he's got to go see.
I am. A Michelle.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Get in your car. Get in your car, Garrison. You can meet us up here.
You said Rhett is requesting we pump Shazam stream next Thursday.
Oh, don't blame it on me.
In lieu of Wick 4. So my thought was that we would do a Wick 4 round table.
Look, I can't type.
We don't have time.
The English language escapes me most days. So no, I can't. No.
I like how you shifted it. Blame shifted to Rhett, though. That was
good. I had to.
Well, I didn't realize that. No, I never realized if Rhett wants to go see something. I'm not getting burned by when I didn't invite them to Avatar. I'm not going to ever get burned again. I'm going to invite them to everything, every movie that comes out on Thursday, perpetually from here to end of time. I'm going to have to invite Rhett and Tommy so I don't hear Avatar complaints again.
Is there ever going to be a CTI thing, or
hey, there might have already been one, and it might just be sitting in the can. Who knows?
We're waiting on that perfect moment to strike.
We're waiting on that perfect moment to strike.
Terrible too.
It's a bad episode.
It's a real bad episode.
And it may be why it's not been released. I don't know.
Like
Tommy will do his magic.
Just forget this ever happened.
There's something in the can.
It could be like the Satanic versus the Lost episode that's like sought out by people to try to find the
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rhett, that reminds me. You want to go see Evil Dead Rises on April Thursday, April whatever.
I hear
I've
they
never
use
seen
a
an
cheese
Evil Dead
grater
movie
really well.
before John Wick,
Set out
where I
around.
saw the trailer for Evil Dead Rises, and I'm not going to watch that series ever. That looks
No.
That
Look,
series?
Evil Dead
yeah.
2
Just,
and
used to be
Army of
fun.
Darkness
You are
are
missing out.
fantastic. Evil
Army
Dead
of Darkness,
2
yeah, they're good.
and Army of Darkness are
I
In
love
fact,
fantastic.
Army of Darkness.
two, first off, is kind of a gross out comedy at times, but it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is just a straight comedy.
It's a
Great
straight
comedy.
comedy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Bruce
just-
Campbell at his
this
best.
trailer for this one, it was not.
Oh no,
comedy.
they've gone
No,
so
they've
far
gone
into.
dark.
They've
Yeah.
just gone.
Yeah, they
far,
basically
yeah.
said we don't want to do what Sam Raimi did because we don't think we can do that well, which I
But-
think is kind of.
But the bad thing is they're also like stringing fans along and being like, "Oh, there's so many cool Easter eggs, and Ash has an Easter egg, and you'll see him in there somewhere. You'll know."
There you go. You
And-
got to go now, man.
I feel like I have to.
I hear they use a cheese grater
Pikachu.
really well. So
Oh, a
Ash from
cheese grater.
Pokemon?
Ugh,
Ooh.
I don't even
Pika
want
Pika.
Where does it go? Where do they put it?
on a face, yeah.
On a
I
face.
was going to
Yeah,
guess butt.
Could have been worse.
cheese
As in
grater.
Tenet. I think John David Washington cheese grater's a guy.
Oh, yeah, he does actually. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
that.
After he had
All
the
right,
teeth pulled out.
let's wrap this up. Roth, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Roth from Wyoming, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. Good day for a movie podcast where the podcast can be found. Donnie Brasco is our last episode. Our next
Yes,
episode
nice.
Great movie.
is just to kick off Holy Week. Ben-Hur.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Fantastic. I watched it
Yes.
last night.
4 hours?
Fantastic
Excellent
movie.
movie. It's like
4
3
hours?
hours.
3:30 something
3:30 with an intermission. Doesn't it have an intermission?
with an intermission. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Yeah,
nice.
it's the old world, man. Sword and
The
Sandal
old
Epic.
world. Hey, don't worry.
Fantastic movie.
Oppenheimer's apparently 3 hours.
It's
So-
the old world, and Terrence Malick made the new world. So
Oh, there you go.
That's right.
And we bask in the glory of the new.
that is a good film.
Yes.
Well, the director's like the longer version.
That's the one I watched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garrison, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at gryphon3, GRYFUN3, Instagram as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at gryphon, where I've watched some movies lately, but not as many. After I finished the Deucey nom list and then turned on my ballot, and I've still
Ooh,
got to
I need to do
record.
that.
Oh wait, never mind. Let me shut up.
Do that, Earl. You've got to. You haven't turned that in yet.
No, what is it?
David's probably flipping. No, he's at Disney World. He doesn't care.
What? Tell me, ask some other people to vote. I don't.
What?
Wow.
I'd already turned mine in.
Yeah,
I mean,
I watched
we
every
picked the mo-
nom and I turned it in.
We picked the movies. Why are we?
I
doing
watched every one.
Why
except
do
for
we
three.
have to pick?
Why do we vote if we're the ones who selected the? I don't know.
What?
Anyway, I'll vote.
It does.
Never mind. I'll vote.
I
need to do it.
care. I care.
I care. I'll do it.
Earl's off the grid. Apparently, way
Yeah.
off the grid. He's so far off the grid that he's not going to turn in his Deucey nominations.
No, I'll do
but
it. You gotta
but
search it out.
he is in the Deuce Cord. Every once in a while in the pretentious corner, even though that's getting rarer and rarer. He's like in there maybe once every quarter.
Needs to start using 3 names.
That's
He's a
right.
hyphenated name.
I do have 3 names, but I will not.
The
use them.
hyphenated last name.
Um,
Rhett, where can you be found?
No, I can't think of any
at the
place.
steakhouse
come
eating 2
on.
steaks. He ate 2 steaks tonight.
Yeah. I ordered an extra steak.
So
I said,
you're
I
at
want a filet. Like I got a filet with some sides, and I was like, I want you to put another filet on the plate. I don't want sides. I just want another piece of meat. Like do me twin fillets.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna get the meat sweats.
No, I mean, it's probably colon cancer is what I'm going to get.
Yeah, well,
most likely. Okay, so we'll be back next week talking about the Bad Batch season finale. Hopefully a teaser at the end telling us about season 3. And then I know. And then we'll be back for Mando episode 5.
Mando.
3. Mando. Directed by the guy that did Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
So
One
that's
of the
pretty
guys.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spider what?
Into
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, Mark
Is this a
Webb.
cartoon?
Well,
Not
there
Mark
might-
Webb.
no, into the You broke me, Earl.
Yes, the cartoon.
Yes,
messing with you.
yes, it's
You're
going to be an
cartoon.
animated episode.
Here,
right?
I've got his
Awesome.
name. Peter Ramsey.
Peter Ramsey.
Yeah.
Very.
Sam Raimi?
But I mean,
It's going to be like The Blacklist. It's an animated episode.
Davidson?
What is happening?